Hi everyone. So today my persuasive speech topic is socioeconomic condition in South Asian countries, and my agenda for today is I want to present why the global issue should receive some attention from Western countries or developed countries. So I grew up in a South Asian country known as Nepal, which is also popular for its mountain, that is Mount Everest. So, growing up in this nation, I have always looked or felt patriarchy, misogyny from a very real and close perspective. I have also seen social injustice happen. I have also seen critical socioeconomic condition of this nation along with other nations that surrounds the country. And it's not only like I am the victim of this system. There are thousands and millions of people who fall victims into the system. We have many greedy politicians who try to do whatever they want to gain power or money, and they try to portray themselves as our savior, but they are not, and they will never address our problems. And whoever tries to address our problems, their voice is suppressed. We face oppression not from any Western countries, but from the people within the country, that is defined by class. For example, if you are rich and if you are powerful, you are given almost everything. And I know it's a similar condition everywhere else around the world, but the thing is that there is a suitable government to whom to whom they can look up to. Like, if you're a middle class person or if you're poor, you can look up to your government, right? If you're from a nation which is developed, or if you are from a Western country. But we don't have that. Now, there is like so many cases I can present to you today, but this short speech is too short to cover up everything that is wrong in those nations. For example, the sexual assault victims, they never receive any kind of justice. Like, their voice is always suppressed. If the same victim was from a higher class or rich, then they would receive justice. But if you are a poor person and you go through such stuff, you're never ever going to receive any kind of justice. And it also comes towards like how brutal the society is towards women. For example, in my country, if your dad or if your father is not a Nepali or does not contain the citizenship of the country, and your mom is Nepali and she has the citizenship of the country, then you are not going to receive any kind of citizenship because you don't have a dad who is Nepali. So you can see the system, the law itself is patriarchal. Moving on to the social economic condition, to display that, we were struck by this 7 magnitude of earthquake in 2015, and 4 or 3 months later we faced blockade from India just because we did not follow the politics that they wanted us to, and we did not assign such leaders that they favored the most. And when that was not done, and when Nepal came up with its new constitution without seeking permission or any kind of consultation or any kind of confrontation from India, what it did was it did blockade. Now, what is blockade is that since I'm from a landlocked country too, whatever goods we have in the country, it's all imported through India. There is no like, we don't fly planes and send it. Maybe we do, and those are like very small or rare cases, because first of all, air transition is very expensive, and to do that we need like a lot of money that we don't have. So we rely completely on India for any kind of goods that will be funded to us. So when that was not done, India, what it did was it did a blockade where it did not let vehicles pass to Nepal. Then the country faced an inflation, which is still like, that inflation faced is still a thing. Like, we still have not risen up from that inflation. And this is a picture demonstrating how bad it was. So these are the trucks. You see these trucks you're seeing. These trucks is what they did. Like, they did not let these trucks come to Nepal, and this truck contains so many goods. Gas. From gas we fill our vehicles, we cook food. Drugs or medicine for hospital. And okay, I managed to survive, my family managed to survive because we're middle class. But imagine what happened to those who could not even make that much of money, or who could not like afford like their daily meal saved on their savings. No one talks about that. And even if you Google and see like Nepal's GDP, or how much a person earns in Nepal, it's gonna show you like rupees 80,000, that is like around $800 per month. But that is not true. And I don't think you're going to find that out just like with a random Google search. You need to very intensely research to actually know what goes on in the country. No, we get, an average person gets paid $150 and their rent is like $50. Now imagine how is that person going to survive with his family and everything going on. Similarly, I like to present a case where a woman was stripped naked and made walked in the street by bunch of men just on May. So this is a case of in a state in India called as Manipur. A woman was stripped naked and she was made to walk. Two women were stripped naked and they were made to walk in the street just because they did not belong in a particular tribal group. And the news did not even get out until June, because in the state they have banned the internet access just so the voice of people cannot be heard. And this is like a picture of those women. Now moving on, socioeconomic condition and why you should receive international support. Education in my country is very expensive. If you are enrolled in a government school, and you can be laid back. For example, in this Western nation, you can be in a government school and you can be having a good education and free education. Whereas in my country, if you are in government school, your education has no value because it's very messed up. Like, the education from government school is not good. And mind you that it's not like everyone is capable of affording a private school. So parents have to negotiate with their children's education or future. And I want to talk about why is it very important for underdeveloped nations to be acknowledged by the capitalist nations. For example, I'll give of USA. USA is a very powerful country, and it is a country which is feared by almost every country out there in the world. And if this country takes stand or support for these developing nations, I'm telling you, no one will be like bothering us and telling us or trying to manipulate us or trying to puppet our politics. I know they're not the best politics in the world, but to even like puppet them is like the worst we could face. And if it could just like, I don't know, somehow help us and then try to like bring our problems in light so everyone globally can know about it, because we don't really talk much about third world countries, do we? Now I would like to present some condition where this is like in the recent days the country is facing heavy rain and everything is flooded like this. Like, the residence area is flooded, the roads are flooded, everything is flooded, homes are getting destroyed, but there is no proper disaster management too. In the end, I would like to say that public awareness should be raised and there should be given free education. And I know it's not like some other nations thing to do something else for us, but I wish they could consider that, looking at how developed they are. And in times that things are changing, we're still stuck to our system, which holds us back and holds us from embracing our full potential. I know, like, no matter what imprints of a certain social construct the old generations have left us, we need to rise above and beyond it. Thank you for being a great listener.